Good morning, children. I hope you all have enjoyed learning about history in the first session. Let's recall. What is history? History is the study of past. Historians are those who study remains of the past. And what is timeline? A timeline is the record of the past events. And we also discussed about the division of history. History is divided into three periods: ancient, medieval, and modern. And we also talked about the Indus Valley civilization, a very advanced civilization near the Indus River. And the important cities of Indus Valley civilization were Great Bath in Mohenjo-daro and Great Granary in Harappa. I hope you all are excited to learn more about the ancient period. Around 1500 BCE, tribes from Central Asia came to India. They were called Indo-Aryans. They settled down in the northern plains and used the land for cultivation of crops like barley, wheat, rice, and they domesticated animals like bulls, cows, sheep, etc. As the Vedas were written at this time, this period is also called the Vedic age. The term Veda is derived from the Sanskrit word vid, which means knowledge. In this period, the kings were assisted by a number of ministers like Purohit or Sinani. The king was helpless without his ministers. The Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and the Upanishads were written during this time. These books tell us about the life and the culture of this time. A number of small kingdoms in North India called Janapadas came during this period. Magadha was an ancient kingdom which became one of the most powerful kingdoms in North India. The wealth of India attracted the foreign invaders like Alexander, Muhammad bin Muhammad bin Muhammad in 326 BCE. Alexander, the ruler of Macedonia in Greece, attacked India. He defeated many Indian warriors, including King Porus of Punjab. He was impressed with Porus' bravery. However, Alexander had to go back as his soldiers were very tired of fighting. He died on his way home in 323 BCE. In 321 BCE, Chandragupta Maurya became the ruler of Magda. The Mauryan Empire was founded by Chandragupta Maurya with the help of his advisor Kautilya or Chanakya. Chandragupta Maurya was succeeded by his son Bindusara. So, the Mauryan Empire was founded by Chandragupta Maurya. Later, his grandson Ashoka became the emperor. Ashoka was a greatest emperor of ancient India. He fought a war against a kingdom called Kalinga. What is Kalinga? It's a place in coastal Odisha. The battle was a turning point in Ashoka's life. The death and destruction caused by this war made Ashoka hate wars. He decided not to fight any more wars. He embraced Buddhism and had spread it in India and other Asian countries. Ashoka got many rocks and pillars, inscription written and put up in different parts of his empire. Children, what is an inscription? Inscriptions are writings on hard surface such as stone or metal. The Ashoka pillar at Saranath has a four-lion capital, which was considered as a national emblem of Indian Republic. Ashoka made laws that encouraged people to do good deeds, practice non-violence, and respect others. After the Mauryas, the Gupta ruled over India in 4th and 5th century. The Guptas were very powerful rulers and India became a rich country under them. The Gupta period has been called the golden age of Indian history because many inventions and discoveries were made during this time in the field of literature, mathematics, arts, religion, science, and engineering. Do you know, children? Aryabhatta was the first astronomer to propose that the earth rotated on an axis, and he had given the scientific explanation of eclipses. Now, let's recall. Around 1500 BCE, the Indo-Aryans came to India from Central Asia. The Indo-Aryans form a number of Janapadas or small kingdoms. Magda became the most powerful of these Janapadas. Chandragupta Maurya became the king of Magda. Ashoka was a great ruler and he spread the message of peace. Answer the following. Name the books written during this period. The Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and the Upanishads. When did Alexander invade India? Alexander invaded India in 326 BCE. What are inscriptions? The inscriptions are words written on rocks, pillars, stones, etc. Why did Ashoka decide not to fight any wars? Many people died and thousands were injured during the Kalinga War. Ashoka was sad to see this. Thus, he decided not to fight any more wars. Now, let's watch a video on this.
The ancient age of Indian history roughly extends from the prehistoric times to the 7th century. Around 2600 BCE, the ancient Indus Valley civilization flourished near the Indus River in northwestern India. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were the main cities of this civilization. These cities were advanced and well planned. They had special structures like the Great Bath and the Great Granary. Around 1500 BCE, the Aryans came to India from Central Asia. They settled in the northern plains. This era is called the Vedic Age. The four Vedas, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and the Upanishads were scripted during this time. The people in this age were very religious. The kings had the support of the army commander and the royal priest to rule the land. Lord Mahavir and Gautam Buddha were two of the important religious leaders of this age. In 323 BCE, King Chandragupta Maurya founded the Mauryan Empire in India. He ruled with the help of his wise advisor, Chanakya. Chandragupta was succeeded by his son Bindusar, who stretched the boundaries of the empire. Bindusara's son Ashoka was the greatest of the Mauryan kings, and his empire spread to an even greater extent. Ashoka spread the message of peace among his people by inscribing them on monuments and pillars. Our national emblem of 3 lions and the chakra on our national flag have been taken from Ashoka's pillar at Sarnath. From 4th to 6th century, India was under the Gupta Empire. This age is also known as the Golden Age of Indian history. During this age, India progressed a lot in the areas of art and culture, science, astronomy, and trade. During the 7th century, India came under the rule of the great
That's all for this session, children. Take care.